Or you will hear, but you know all the people, they are doing it. Imagine. Because all the people are doing haram, so we are doing the haram as well. All the people, they want to go to hell. You want to go to hell? Don't you know that the majority of mankind are destined to Jahannam? The majority of the children of Adam will go to hell. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of resurrection, or the day of judgment, He says to Adam, "O Adam," all the children of Adam in front of him, and He tells him, Allah will tell Adam, "Send to Jahannam those who are destined to hell." You know how many? Can you imagine the number? Out of 1,999 to Jahannam. Only 1 out of 1,000 will go to the Jannah. Can you imagine? So the majority of mankind will go to hell. Do you want to go with them? The majority will never be an evidence that because people, majority are doing it, so it must be right. If you read in the Qur'an, you will never find a place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised the majority. Many places in the Qur'an, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is blaming them. Never praised them, the majority. وَإِن تُطِعْ أَكْثَرَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ يُضِلُّكَ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. If you obey the majority of mankind, they will lead you astray. So don't use that as an excuse. Allah said, you want to go to the Jannah? So follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Even the whole people are doing the haram. I don't care. They want to go to the Jannah. I don't want to go to hell with them. So that's the second type. The third type, he said, removing it, the Qur'an, from ruling and judging all the affairs of the Muslims. This is the bitter truth. This is the bitter truth. The Sharia, the book of Allah, has been replaced with what? Man-made laws. English law, American law, French law. So it has been removed from the life of Muslims. And that is what the Prophet ﷺ said 1400 years ago. The first thing Muslim will live is abiding and ruling with the book of Allah. And when did it happen in the life of Muslims? Less than a century. Less than a century only. The fourth type, he said, abandoning, pondering and reflecting on it. Yes, we read it, but we don't ponder upon it. We don't reflect. We don't make tadabbur. We read it in the parrot fashion. Muslims in Ramadan, they compete with one another, right? How many times you made khatma? How many times you finished? Competing. But do you understand what you are reading? No, parrot fashion. Like that. No, you should not read the book of Allah like that. Get translation in your mother tongue. Try to understand what you are reading. That's how your iman will pick up. That's how you can strengthen your iman. That's how you will enjoy reading the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the last thing Imam Ibn al-Qayyim said, the Qur'an is a cure. وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So it is a cure, a remedy. In this book, the Qur'an, there is a remedy and cure. If you read it, it is a cure. It will heal you by the leave of Allah. One of the surahs of the Qur'an, surah number 1, Al-Fatiha. This has many names, Al-Fatiha, Al-Hamd, Al-Shafiyah, the healer. One of the names of it, Al-Shafiyah, the healer. And we know in the hadith of Abu Sa'id Al-Khudri. Abu Sa'id Al-Khudri was in the company of some of the group of the companions. And they came to one of the tribes of the Arabs, and this tribe did not welcome them. They didn't receive them well. So they encamped not far from the dwellings of this tribe. And what happened? What happened? The chief of the tribe was bitten by a snake. Listen to this. He was bitten by a snake. So a woman came to the companions, and she said the chief of the tribe was bitten by a snake. Anyone among you can give him spiritual cure, which we call ruqyah, spiritual cure. Abu Sa'id said, yes, but we will not do it freely. We will not do it free. She said, we'll give you a flock of sheep. So Abu Sa'id al-Khudri went with her. And what did Abu Sa'id al-Khudri do? You know what he did? The venom of the snake already in his body. The poison already in his body. He started sucking the wound and spitting out the blood. And he was spitting on the wound, and he was reading Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, the Shafiyah. And he read it 7 times. After 7 times, the man was healed immediately. And they gave them the flock of sheep. And when they reached Medina, they told the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ told them, give me my share, give me my share. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna alhamdulillah. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nastahdihi. ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Brothers and sisters in Islam, the Qur'an is a shifa. Many of us, when we have headache, when we have anything, what do? We rush to the doctor, right? We don't say, let me read on myself. Let me put my hand on the place where I feel the pain. The Prophet ﷺ said that you put your hand on the place of the pain and you say what? أعوذ بعزة الله وقدرته. Can you memorize this dua? أعوذ بعزة الله وقدرته من شر ما أجد وأحاذر. Which means I seek refuge and protection in Allah's power and might from what I suffer, what I feel, what I'm going through. Just put your hand in that place and say this dua 3 times. And it will just go like that. If it is coming from your heart, of course. Because the Qur'an is a shifa. Everyone knows the Fatiha. May God forbid. May God forbid that this never happens. Now, what happens, we don't want it to happen. That someone is bitten by a snake and they bring him here and say, oh Shaykh, come read. What do you think? Inshallah, Allah doesn't expose me, yeah? Maybe he will die in front of me. Huh? Why? Because we'll be reading it just like that, not from the heart. But when Abu Sa'id read it, mashallah, the man after 7 times was healed just like that. So this is the Qur'an, shifa. We should not desert it. May Allah Azza wa Jal accept our deeds and your deeds. May Allah Azza wa Jal increase our knowledge and your knowledge. May Allah protect you. Ameen. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.